started blowing up as soon as like the show started. That's so weird.
They're like, oh my gosh, is that Bain and Chiat? Oh my gosh.
Oh my.
Your phone is freaking out because of me.
It is. It was so excited. It was like, wait, there's Bain and Chiat on the show. Welcome back, friends. How you doing?
Thank you.
Oh man.
I had to come see Melindhra and get the story from Melindhra.
It's crazy,
It's true.
right?
This has been a crazy week.
It's been pretty nuts. You know, for those of you who don't know, this is Threefold Talk. I'm supposed to intro us, right? And we do a live weekly talk show about the Wheel of Time from the Aiel perspective, and this has been the Aielist week so far.
Totally.
It's going to be so
Aiel-y.
much Aiel-y. It's going to just get more and more Aiel-y the more we get.
Aiel-y. A little Aiel-y wheelie.
An Aiel-y.
Really, really Aiel-y and a touch Faili.
Oh
Yes. Oh, I love that.
seriously,
true.
how did you handle that? Like getting
Not well.
all of that.
I don't know. I died like several times and was resurrected on Wednesday. Yeah, it was taking a lot of self-control not to just like squee and laugh and freak out on the Dusty Wheel. So that's why I had to come here so I can do that.
Please do that. Do that.
This is a free squee show. So
Yeah.
squee as
No
much as
squee
you want.
shaming.
No,
None
definitely
of
not.
that. And I clearly seem to have failed to get the memo about the plaid triad
Aiel on the Aiel wheel.
on the plaidisms.
A triad. I like
The
that.
plaid triad.
Fine. I mean, there is one thing not like the other in the show right now.
Yeah, and we seem to be missing our Wetlander.
That you had the same thought as the blinded fool.
Ouch. Too soon.
Well,
Oh, man.
I'm just gonna go over here and screw up some of the tech real fast so that it feels right. Does that work for us?
Works for me.
Yeah, so speaking of that comment, let's take a moment. I have no ability to make a poll. Right? But I need to know, like, if I need to no longer be a Shido because I'm having a bit of an identity crisis, if I'm really honest, because people are like saying Taishir Malkier to me, and somebody was just like, "Are you going to change your screen name?" And I'm just like, "Oh my god, what do I do? I don't know what to do." And at the moment, I feel like I should still be me, but I don't know. What do you guys think?
We don't know anything yet.
Yeah, I think until we see it, we can't really say, and then see how it plays out.
Oh, so are you guys like not even convinced that the like? Do you think the bio could be like a bait and switch thing?
No, I think they're definitely doing this Malkieri thing, but I don't think that means that. By the way, full spoilers, everyone. We just put the banner up. I don't think that they're going to change the fact that Mel is a dark friend. So
Yeah. So yeah, that's just some of the news that we got today.
yeah,
And
all right, we're
maybe we
jumping
should,
ahead
like-
because we're so excited.
You're just like,
cares?
so random. Okay. Do you guys have anything you want to share before we tell Michael and Kate to speak to us in their doom voices, or you guys feel?
I say let's just get into it because
We need to get into it.
We have things to discuss.
before we
Yes,
jump
many
too
things.
far ahead.
So many thoughts.
Yes.
Too many
Yes.
thoughts.
Okay, let's.
Pretend like we know what we're doing and have structure.
We totally know what we're doing.
We do.
Mhm.
It's time to discuss the news, which is all we will be doing today, by the way. So sorry if you expected games, because it's kind of that kind of week.
brothers and sisters.
It is time to cover up your face.
For the wheel of time has news, and we shall dance the spheres with it.
This is the Daily Veil.
Yes, it is. It's
Yes.
the Daily Veil.
Okay, so before we get into the most important news, we are going to also share some other most important news.
Yes,
Sorry.
let's share some other little news. Also important.
Don't call it little. All
Not
news
little.
is good news. Right?
Yes.
Depends what the news is.
How about this news? Today is release day. Today
exciting.
is the release day for Iceborne, Michael Livingston's sequel to Seaborn. And if you haven't seen these beautiful books,
They're so beautiful.
look at them. They're gorgeous.
They are lovely for water-themed things.
Yeah, right, for sure.
Well,
I'm a little happier about the ice one, but yeah.
I mean, it's like solid water, so slightly better
Mhm.
water. Yes. Yes. But we're really excited for our friend Michael Livingston to have his books go out and for them to be so beautiful. So if you haven't had a chance, reserve them at the library, go buy them at your favorite bookstore, and give some support for our writer extraordinaire.
Do we have do we know, because I'm obviously not paying attention, is this does he plan to do a large series of this, a trilogy? Just
So it's
whatever
already
he
a
feels like?
trilogy.
Oh,
he had
it was
previously
released.
written. Yeah, he had
Right.
previously written, but then like there was something that was all jacked up with the contracts. He was able to get like it ended its term or whatever, so now he's able to release them in a manner that he wanted to release them.
Because he did an audio only first, right? So,
Yes.
Okay, so
Yeah.
it is a trilogy. Cool.
It is a trilogy, yeah. So he's slowly releasing them. But I listened to the audiobooks and like the stories are fantastic.
That's so cool.
Yeah, and it's just
I haven't
like
made it to him yet.
amazing world building. The magic system is like fascinating, and yeah, really good story. And like after the first one, I just didn't know where it was gonna go, like because it seemed like a very robust, thorough story, and then the Iceborne came out. And I was like, oh shit, that's cool. And then I think Stormborn's the third one. And like it just continues like more world building. And it's like, and it ends so well. I love the way it ends. So like it's definitely just those 3 books.
Cool. Well, I'm excited to read them.
Yeah, highly, highly, highly recommend. And plus, like, I can't remember, the covers are gorgeous. So
They really are. I will own those books someday when I have
Me too.
more bookshelves.
Yeah.
oh my god.
I'm willing to sacrifice some books to get these beautiful things on my bookshelf. No, still, at least, I'm gonna have to dismantle something in order for that to happen. But
It was doing so good for a while, and then I just kept finding more.
really,
Now I'm not
No,
doing good again.
Yeah, like I banned myself.
How did you find more, Amis? Do tell.
No, there's a lot of books everywhere.
You didn't
Everywhere I go,
particularly
thrift
get a
stores,
large stack of a bunch of
Garage sales. I mean,
books. Recently.
auctions. Oh, I should share that. I should share my auction book because it's so
I was trying
amazing.
to prompt you.
Yes. Well, I bought a lot. Let me grab it. Because it's quite amazing.
While she's grabbing, we'll pop to this
Yeah.
new tab. Okay, so remember how we talked about how Rafe and the writer crew were all up in Japan. Now we have Sharon and the costume crew are all on a cozy, fun time excursion to Paris.
Mm-hmm.
I feel
It's pretty
like
amazing.
these are things that bode well.
Yeah, click through. Yeah, there we go. As it's not just pictures of like there's Rob taking a picture of the girls,
Yeah.
and then more fashion, and then
Look
there's
at
the
them.
crew.
They're there all together.
Sharon in a cool hat, as always.
As
always.
always.
True.
I feel like
This
that's a
little
very
outfit
Sharon, and it's got a cat on it too.
It looks very
I kind of want Sharon's life, to be honest.
Right?
She's
Look at
always
her.
like
She's
doing
so
cool
cute.
stuff.
And her little pom-pom hat.
Mhm.
Oh my god, it's a swan hat. Oh wait, except it's a skirt, I think.
That is a skirt. It's a dress.
But it looks like it could go on Swan's head.
It totally
Yeah, it
looks like
does.
Swan's head.
Yeah.
Wow.
What
These
is
are
that
great.
fuzzy thing?
It's a jacket.
Oh.
I think
It's a sleeve.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Oh.
I think probably from one of the expositions they went to.
Ooh,
So.
something cool is happening with the ground. It's like glowy.
Mm-hmm.
So they're having a good time all together. Not to be confused with the writers who are having a good time all together in Paris.
Maybe they just all became really good friends. They go
Yeah.
on vacation together.
I love the conspiracy
Yeah.
that they're doing a like season 4 planning thing, but I actually do think that they are just friends. So,
Yeah.
sorry,
Yeah.
I know. Well,
Just
and
friends is
talking-
boring.
talking with Rob and Haley at Malkieri Con last year, like it was very clear that the costume crew is super tight, that they all love hanging out together, that they were all trying to stay in Prague as long as possible just because like that was their friend group, and you know they just love being with each other, which you know you see that very frequently with the cast, how much the cast loves each other, and it's just I think it's wonderful that sentimentality has spread throughout other portions, like the stunt team super close, the costume team super close, so just love that for them and us.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
I like making friends through the wheel of time. I don't know about you guys.
Yeah, I know.
Me too. It's special. It's just statistically the best friends.
Statistically.
Statistics.
So I've heard.
So I've heard.
And worn on my chest. It's fine. It's fine.
Same.
All right. So that was the only news that we have that's not about new cast. For those who are keeping track. Are we ready to have this conversation?
Wait, no, let me just share my book experience.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
To be fair, I'm not very good with auctions. One, spending is really easy for me to do. So auctions are really difficult to control myself. And also because live auctions go fast, and there was like 200 and some lots at the last auction. And so I had gone in and done all organized stuff of picking out the lots I wanted. And then I was working at the same time as the auction. And so I ended up buying a couple extra lots that I really didn't need. So I got this giant box of books. And the one lot I wanted, I got 4 first editions hardcovers, and I needed 2 of them. So I have 2 that I can either donate to another auction or give away as gifts. But this one was a special purchase because I really wanted this cover so badly. This is the Orbit first edition, I think. Maybe not first edition of Orbit, but it is a hardcover of The Great Hunt. It is the Portal Stone world with Lanfear and Rand, Loyal, and Huron, right?
Nice.
Can you
Love
see
it.
that? Too
Yes.
shiny.
Mhm.
Look
It's
at
so
that.
shiny.
And then what's this animal's name they see? It's like a big frog.
Grome?
It's a Grom.
No, it's
Oh my
got 2
gosh.
eyes. I don't think he has 3, is it?
No, maybe you just can't see the third one.
Maybe,
He's in
yeah.
profile.
Yeah. Isn't he cute though? And everything's
He's really cute.
purple. Everything's
You
like
need to-
purple.
You need to send a picture of the Grome to Rajesh. It will make him so happy.
Put it in your server. But then
Oh,
you're
you did?
the weirdest one, right? So then I was like, I opened the book and I was like, what is happening here? So, and Grace, you may like this, but the inside of the covers has a very strange Murdral and a cute, look at the bird trollic over there. He's so cute. But the Murdral is weird, right? But
That's
it's
really
crazy. I like it.
I don't know what is happening.
Like
Strange.
I too was
Strange.
delighted at the end paper art on my book.
He's so handsome in this picture.
Look
Aw.
at him. Look at baby
I
RJ.
know.
So cute.
Okay, anyway, that's my show and tell.
I think that that was really surprising that there was more art on the inside.
Yeah.
I'd never seen in my life.
It's not the map. Yeah, it's not the
Yeah.
map. I was expecting it, and the map is just not even which one? Yeah, it's the Great Hunt map. So it's just this one, not the color map.
Yeah, I'm still at a loss to try and figure out what that bow hunting situation is.
Anyway, that was so fun.
Yeah.
Thank you, Robert Jordan. I now have one of your books.
Yay.
That is a very cool choice of book to get in the auction.
Thank you. It was so cute. That's the one I really wanted. I just got too many other ones.
Yeah.
I don't feel like that's. I don't think that's a problem. I see nothing wrong.
Coming to another auction near you.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, make friends with the Mies, guys. Cozy on up to her.
Is the estate going to have any more auctions? Because I know they had one. What was it, in September, October?
I think September.
And then they just had this latest one. I didn't realize there was going to be a second one.
I didn't either. It kind of feels like they're not really like sharing if there are multiple, but there were a lot of books in these auctions. A lot.
I mean, he had thousands of books.
Yeah.
Thousands, plural. So,
I mean, I guess it's highly possible there could be more.
Yeah. I haven't heard anything, but I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah. Okay. Are we ready?
Okay. I'm ready.
All right.
What is Paka doing?
We're gonna look.
I'm sweating in this flannel. It might be time to take off the flannel.
This horde of faces. Look at all of these faces.
So many.
It's a lot of faces.
People in the Wheel of Time. WOT series. If you didn't have enough casting announcements yesterday, WOT series, like literally right before the show started, released a new article, and they shared new people. So we got new people yesterday, but they shared new people who they only know their names. They don't know what role they are. They don't know what where they even performed. They've just appeared in their WOT series sleuthingness. So we'll start with them, and then we'll dive down into the discussion. So if you look at this article, you can scroll all the way down to the bottom.
It's a very long article.
You'll see new faces, unknown roles. So,
that one looks interesting. Nicole Sherwin, who's that?
Yeah, interesting character. Yes. I think we have a little bit of a theory about this person. Let's look at it. Okay. Some non-WOT series sleuth who happens to be in the room with us right now found this from Ranwood de Thor earlier today. In Bjorn Landberg's Instagram.
Bjorn Landberg, who's playing Rhuarc, by the way.
Playing Rhuarc, right.
My husband. Thank you.
Amis's husband. Yet another handsome singing man in the Wheel of Time. Let's be clear.
We need more handsome singers.
Got this really interesting comment. What was his comment? Dana Chiad? What comment?
Well, if you look under WOT Series' comment, you will see that Nicole Sherwin, an unknown cast member from the Wheel of Time Season 3, commented, "Wonderful working with you, my film husband."
Not work husband. Film
husband.
Film husband. Fascinating. So
interesting. What does Nicole Sherwin look like?
She kind of looks like a blonde lady. She's down here in the bottom of this thing. Hold on, let me find her.
Oh, please.
So, like, when you think of Amis, who's this, like, woman with, like, gray or white hair who looks really young.
Yeah.
Like, I think of her as, like, well, maybe this is a spoiler. I'll say it later.
We are spoiler free, my dear.
Spoilers on the
Is a spoiler like about
free.
her?
I mean, we're spoiler. Oh,
Full spoiler.
Okay, well, in
Full
her
spoiler, thank you.
Instagram, I thought you were going to bring up her Instagram.
Oh, sorry, my bad. Should I?
No, that's okay. No worries.
probably a smart.
No,
way to do it,
you don't
too.
have to. I mean, that picture is perfect. Like that's a wise one blouse right there.
Like,
Yeah,
look at this.
yeah,
Look at
exactly.
this
Yeah.
lady.
But in her
Yes.
Instagram, she is a like wellness like guru
Yes,
or something.
she is.
Like I feel like she uses some really like nice face creams to like make herself look young forever, even though she's out in the sun every single day.
Mhm.
And
Fascinating.
her hair has gone gray, but she takes good care of herself.
Would you call her ageless?
I would.
Huh. Interesting. Interesting.
Yes, I would.
Interesting. Yes. So, so there's a running theory that,
Series.
Ran Muad'Dib al-Thor is like, this is a Mies.
Mm-hmm.
And they're pretty firm on that.
I
And
mean,
no one can change. Yeah. I mean, look at her. But then, interestingly, they were immediately cock-blocked by Watt Series, who then said, Leanne, most likely.
rude.
I know. They just broke hearts, like, immediately. Thinks it's Leanne. Which is really interesting that this week, if you're keeping track, we got the announcement of Wise Ones.
Several.
We have a clue towards a roof mistress.
Mm-hmm.
We got Melindhra. And
Someone who wants to be.
Casey.
And another
Those things.
person that wants to be an Aiel. All in 1 week.
All in 1 week. It's almost like it was crafted for us to talk about all of this today. So let's keep talking about it.
Do it.
So back to the new people. That got small. Hold on, back up. Yes, so we also have Pixem Lim, who was born in 1944 and is a Malaysian-British actress. She looks like this, the first picture down here.
I think that might be Lenny. Has Lenny been cast officially?
Lenny's
We
been
know
cast.
who Lenny
yeah.
is.
Lenny has
Yeah.
been cast. Yeah. And then we have Adam Vacula.
Not to be confused
Adam
with
Dracula?
Adam
Dracula,
Dracula, who does kind of look like he could be a vampire.
So he's playing a
Very-
Drakkar.
He could be a
Ooh.
Drakkar. I love it. I love this casting. Instant casting is my favorite kind of casting. Nicole Sherwin, who we discussed. Jennifer Stain, who is also a very blonde, very South African, very blue-eyed, mature, well-established actress herself. So I'm interested in her. This is what she looks like in this show, but she's got a big that's so many ads. Yeah, she's also very tall, and look who she's playing opposite. Interesting, Leigh-A. Look who that. Yeah.
I don't know. We can't see what you're looking at. Do you want to
Oh,
put it
I'm
on our
sorry.
screen?
How would I share this tab? Look,
Huh. Oh.
that's her.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Uh-huh.
I miss
and
her.
a certain tuathan in there. And look how tall she is. Very tall. Very tall, very mature. Yeah. So, so popping back. So I think she's a contender for a Wise One too, personally.
Yeah, for sure.
Um,
Especially once you start getting like extremely tall women.
extremely tall woman.
I mean, she could be Brigida too.
She could be, but she's specifically South African. So if as we learned from Guy Roberts when we were at Malkieri Con, you really have to have work permits to work in the place that they're filming
True.
if you're not like a main cast member,
Mhm.
right? So if you're a South African actor and they hired you to work in South Africa, that means you're working in the Threefold Land set, probably, right? Or you're
Most likely,
part
yep.
of part of the Age of Legends or part of the history of the Aiel. You could be any of those.
We are going to see a lot of maidens, too. So, like,
Yeah.
True.
Yeah. And I love this idea of having maidens of all ages, for sure.
I mean, yeah.
Just like
course.
they did in the books, right?
yep.
So so she's got quite a CV under her. So interesting.
Sulin was definitely an older maiden. So.
Ooh.
Yeah. Speaking of really tall people, Susan Adarin, which is this last picture right here. She is 6 feet tall. And is also
Ooh. I'm trying to think what episode of Foundation she was in.
Yeah.
I recently watched it, but I don't recognize her.
I feel like for some reason, and I watched Foundation too, for some reason she's speaking me as like a priestess. I don't like
Maybe.
like
Yeah.
like for some reason I remember there was a priestess.
But the priestess
type.
they were in like several episodes though.
Yeah,
And I feel like it just says an episode.
Yeah. I don't know. But she's got in some cases she has dreads in her hair, in some cases she doesn't, but she's clearly like done a lot of fantasy-ish shows. So good CV for jumping in the wheel of time.
Mm-hmm.
And then the other new people are Robert Orr, who's an actor and voiceover artist, and another South African actor, Randy Yav, 6'4". That's a big thing. Dang. And then another South African actor, Amarain Ismail Issa. Yeah.
I can't wait till we know how many episodes these people are really in.
Right? Is that a thing? Did they update that as the episodes go, or is that something that like once the season starts, IMDb kind of like gets all the information for the full season?
I feel like right when the show started, we finally got the real true order of like the titles of the episodes. I don't remember when people actually put things on IMDb, like actors and stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know when those got updated.
But anyway, yeah, a whole slew new group of people that we know nothing about except the fact that they're in the show.
And
somehow.
tall.
And
most of them very tall.
Most of them are very tall. Yeah.
Do we think...
Damn it. Stop moving so many comments. Stop commenting, people. You're making my job difficult.
Randy? Could Randy be Gaul?
Well, sure he could. I mean, I would take that. I'm still hoping for Gaul.
I know, me too.
I'd be fine with that. Yeah.
So, do you think that Gaul would first appear in the Threefold Land, though?
Yeah, because it doesn't make any sense for him to be going to the Two Rivers. Like, why? He hasn't met anybody from the group yet. But Bane and Chiad have.
I guess I could see a scenario where he's yet another hunter who was on a different path, and they run into him on the way to the Two Rivers, and he gets rescued.
You're saying Gaul would be a hunter for the Horn?
Not a hunter, but like a hunter for the Karakarn.
Searcher
for the Karakarn, but then he like hooks up with the other Aiel. Yeah, that's right. But I love that. I love this whole hodgepodge of people. It's really fun. They're really like not putting the brakes on casting in any way, shape, or form on season 3. It's pretty great.
I really do feel like we need a Gaul or someone like him because the show,
like Olinda,
even though it's brighter and more colorful than the standard Game of Thrones,
which one's Michael Linda?
We need that buddy comedy in this dark. We
do,
and he brings that, and so do some other characters.
Perrin needs a friend.
Perrin needs a friend.
Yeah, Perrin definitely needs a friend.
He needs a friend. Yeah.
Oh my god, there's so many people.
There's so many.
Lindal.
Yeah. Poor Perrin lost Uno and...
I know. He's had so much trauma.
Yeah.
Quit traumatizing our boy. Except we're
Mhm.
about to just traumatize him a lot more.
Right.
Yeah, but he
know.
has Aiel now, so
He's about to get
all
his
will be
fight
well.
now. Yes.
He's
Well, we
about
can
to
lay
get her.
it.
Who is going to pick on him
He's
so
doing
much at the
okay.
beginning and is going to annoy him so much. He'll snap him out of his
Maybe, we'll
depression.
see.
Yeah.
So to round out this article, web series like grouped everybody where they know that they were performing and acting, even if they don't know what their roles are. So there are some people who have unknown roles, but are probably in the White Tower / Andor, and some who are in the Threefold Land and the Age of Legends. But they don't know who they are, so some more down here. And then more Two Rivers people, too. Michael Lindahl is this guy.
Okay. Yeah.
Look
I
at
can
that
see
cute little face.
Yeah.
Okay. Give me some gall.
Yep.
So we got some choices, some potential galls. There's three unknown characters
I
here.
feel like that Iman is giving me White Cloak vibes.
Yeah,
Right
he
next to
gives.
Bair.
Yeah, I mean he already has the mustache, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And the resting White Cloak face.
There
Mhm.
was a dude that so I meet with the people that I work with just once a week. We have like a team meeting once a week, and we had a full staff meeting this week, which means it's not just the clinical people, but like all the people, including like the admin. And there was an admin guy who I didn't know what he looked like. He was just like an email person until I saw him at this meeting. And all I could think about when I saw him was that he looks like a White Cloak because he had like really nice coiffed hair and a mustache. And I was like, White Cloak.
Oh,
White Cloak coated. He used to be a completely different group of people who just really like to wear suspenders and like gears on them, and now it's White Cloaks.
no. Things you don't tell to people because they don't know it's an insult.
Right.
Well, I guess you could be like, you're a child. And that
No,
No,
yeah.
that wouldn't be good either. I didn't say anything, but in my head, I did.
That poor guy.
I know.
love
It's
that.
he's very nice.
So, should we take a look at this beautiful face
Sure.
and
And we can
discuss
really get into it.
Okay, so to the official Wat Wednesday announcement, and how great was that it was like Wat Wednesday acknowledged in the press release. Was we got Aiel and Rhuarc and Bair and question mark
And who else?
and Melindhra of the Tardat Aiel.
I know. Well, do they say she's the Tardat Aiel? I know they say the other two are.
No, they said
She as
was.
well?
Yeah. But Aiel, Isabella Bakari, who we knew probably was Aiel. It was nice to get it confirmed. But in the teaser, there's this image of them kissing, and she's this tiny little thing. She's like
She's
a
so
little,
tiny, but
she's
she's gonna
this
be a
little
badass. She's
wee
gonna
little
stab.
thing.
But Marcus is also
stab and throw her
huge,
knives.
so I feel like short of being one of the Aiel actresses, everybody is going to look tiny compared to him.
Yeah, no, it's true. But I just, the show so far has cast relatively tall people for like all of the roles. So the fact that there is a very small person is kind of funny, I think. But like, I don't know much about this actress at all, but I'm excited to see what she does. And I'm excited that Karen finally gets her.
Good morning.
Good morning, sunshine.
Your Malkieri cousin is here, Melindhra.
Don't know what you're talking about. I've been here the whole time.
Are we doing a whole swap thing where you're in Aiel now? and we couldn't see you. Is that what's happening?
Let's go with that. That
Yeah.
would make me feel very good. Thank you.
Yes.
Cool.
So true, Anna. So true.
There's a training video of him. Like,
There
what is that? Is he like working out and stuff? What does that mean?
Like a
training video?
documentary on is it gladiators or something, and he's
Oh.
What?
You should watch that for research purposes.
It's in our chat. It's in our chat.
It's in our chat.
I Discord. I thought I put it in there, or maybe that was just a music video.
No, yeah, I saw the music video of him like serenading us with his dulcet tones.
Okay, wait.
I
Maybe
did
I
watch
didn't
that
put
one.
that one in there.
And I short circuited again when pretty people sing. I mean, that's kind of my thing.
Can we please put up the Lord Matt Coffin meme for Fael since we're talking about her really quick? It's not really about Fael, but it is.
Yeah,
It's the best. It's one of the best memes of the week. Mark, thank
It's
you
I
very
don't
pretty
know
much.
if I saw this one.
It's a great one.
yeah. Hold on 1 second. I have to switch my sharing.
So while you're doing that, I'm actually going to answer this question. The only time they change clans is for marriage purposes, but they still refer to themselves as being from their original clan, even though they now live with, whatever, like whichever spouse. And usually it's the man that goes to the woman.
Well, obviously.
Yeah.
What if your spouse is a spear?
Then you don't change your clans, but then you're a maiden of the spear, and then that's your defining factor. So,
Yeah.
This was my favorite meme of the week. I mean, I'm glad we brought this back from the Olympics time. Like, it just came right back.
It's pretty great. It's pretty great.
and that guy does kind of have like Rhuarc hair. So,
Yeah.
So there was and I forget which online news source it was, but they posted that one of their staff members made a joke about how you can't have Fael without Aiel or something, and how they immediately fired them. And I was just like,
I saw that. Yeah.
I made a whole video about that, guys. I made a whole music video.
You did.
True.
yeah, you did.
Well, should we get into the meat of these new cast announcements?
Do we need
Well,
to
I had one more thing to say about Fael before we
Yeah.
get to Aiel.
Yes, more
I don't know
Fael.
if y'all saw, but Marcus Rutherford reposted the casting news.
Yes.
And he put a feather emoji.
And
then
a
little
heart or
star
something
emoji.
too, didn't he?
It was like stars.
That's what it was.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
So
It was so cute.
little Falcon tribute there.
So speaking of Fael, we had this comment from Altex.
No, I refuse. Do you know nothing of the Borderlands? He's from Saldaea.
Everybody is Malkieri. Is that
Yes.
it?
No. Yes. I hope people get that reference.
Nope.
No? Have you listened to you haven't listened to the audiobooks?
I mean, I have. They
The way
say
Michael
it with
Kramer
like extra...
says Saldaea. Yeah, it's like Saldaea. It's like Italian or something.
I've never noticed that.
Marcus,
Well, she is
yeah.
Italian, so there we go.
I mean, she's basically Italian, but yeah. That's amazing.
Saladea,
Yeah,
Oh my god, I
Solidarity.
really hope they say it that way.
I do too.
I
It
really
would make
hope
me
they
so happy.
say it that way. And if they all have Italian accents from Saldaea. Saldaea.
Saldaea.
Well, I'm super excited for Isabella. I'm super excited to get the Fael storyline going. Finally, do you think she will be known as Fael in the very first scene that we meet her?
Or will she be Mandarb?
Or will she be some horse name?
Or Zareen. I mean, I think that we know her as Fael already casted. They're not going to change her name.
Also, they didn't really make a big deal about Lan's horse Mandarb. Like, we really haven't seen that much of Mandarb, and that's why it was so funny in the book. So it's because Perrin was like, see that horse?
No, I mean, we've seen slow-mo Lan in the dream,
But they
riding
haven't
down the path.
but they haven't really meant, like, the name Mandarb hasn't really been a thing. And again, that's why it was funny in the books, because, you know, you hear, like, Lan's horse Mandarb, Lan's horse Mandarb. And then Perrin's like, I'm laughing because that's that horse's name.
So I appreciate that they have chosen to not make horses as big of a feature, because really, we should just let them be. Just leave the horses alone.
Yeah. Well,
So I think
Mounting them.
the horses die so often in the books.
they do.
Like, there's a lot of horse death in the books.
I have to admit, I was confused about which horse died in what's it played?
I have step. Oh my god.
I do think that she somehow is just going to show up in the Two Rivers. I don't think there's going to be a lot of pre-meeting of Aiel with people. I think she will be traveling, or somehow they will call for aid, and so they will help.
Do you think she'll be a hunter for the horn? Because in the show they had the Kyrian doing
That's what it says in
like,
the press release.
it does?
In the press release, it says she's a hunter for the horn. Yeah.
I'm surprised. But I guess so. Maybe she'll be hunting that direction.
Yeah, it is weird that the way that they treated the hunt for the horn in the show, though.
Yeah, that's why I was
that kind of makes her like some
Kyrian,
sort of,
because it seemed like it was the poor people from Kyrian that were getting sent
Kyrian
out.
people are assholes. So maybe the Saldeans are really excited about the hunt. So they're like, yes, we're going to find it. And Kyrian's like, get the poor people out.
Yeah,
No.
I guess it's more the way that they portrayed it was less of a global thing and more of a thing that the nobles of Kyrian came up with to like get rid of poor people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the only reason I was asking is
Yeah. Yeah, which is a strange thing for her to still be Aiel
I think it's weird.
But we'll see. We'll see what they do
see.
with it.
I mean, in the books, she's like a really good rider, right? Like she rides horses really well. She can
she's Saldean. She'd have to
right.
They're horse
So
people.
I don't think like she'll be introduced as Aiel, but there's going to be some kind of horse joke, comment, interaction, something. I feel like a little nod to the Mandarb thing.
That would be good. I like that.
Yeah. And if they, I mean, I don't know what our theories are, but like, let's say they start in Falm for like the first little bit. I don't think they will, but if they did or had a flashback, maybe she was just in Falm and she saw the Dragon Reborn and she goes around and tries to find him or something, thinking, oh, the horn was there, but now it's lost. Who knows? You know, maybe she's on maybe the hunt is from Falm, not from this global hunt that we're used to in the books.
Well, maybe there's a larger global implication, but it's just a tool that the Kyrian use,
right?
Like the Kyrian nobles used to get rid of. So maybe if there is maybe it'll be explained that there is.
That would be a really good way to bring the whole Aiel thing into it, right? Because if indeed she hooked up with a bunch of poor Kyrianen who were also hunters for the horn and kind of like took them under her wing as like, you know, the runaway backstory.
We're merging Massima's with her.
No, but like if she took those poor Kyrianen who were hunters under her wing, like it would make sense why there would be Aiel in existence in this timeline, because she kind of like brought them with her and they're like her posse and they were all in Falma and they saw the thing and then they saw the Aiel fighting and they were like, OMG, you guys are so badass. And then that whole thing started, and that makes sense why they would also want to follow the Aiel to wherever they're going next, which is somehow the Two Rivers.
Maybe. I'm just trying to make sure in my head it's possible. Anything's possible.
Yeah, I think there's a way to like wrap that in really quickly without having to like give the entire backstory of the Aiel, and they could just be annoying Kyrian and like commoners who.
I mean, they are annoying.
Who Aiel kind of like just took under her wing because they were a mess and she kept them from dying.
Yeah.
Because they don't know the pointy end of a sword.
So they'd have to come to the Two Rivers with her then?
Yeah. They would.
Well,
So
yeah.
she's going to cut up with how many people extra at the Two Rivers already have formed Aiel? That seems...
So many.
Well,
I don't think...
the Aiel aren't till later.
Yeah, I don't know if they won't maybe be called the Aiel yet. And so they might be her little posse.
Yeah.
But then once they see the Aiel fight in the Two Rivers,
and
they're like, oh, well, we obviously want to be cool like them, so let's do it.
Yeah.
That's
I
possible.
mean, maybe they're like her ladies' maids, but like they're disguised as other hunters for the horn because she doesn't want anybody to know she's a lady, and then they become Aiel.
I like that. I like
cool.
that too.
Never know. So many possibilities.
I love not knowing.
Me too.
I love not knowing.
Okay, well, enough about Aiel. No offense, Spinach yet.
Seriously.
Yeah, I thought you were Aiel. Come on.
No, I wanted to be on the show because of Aiel.
Oh, okay. Well, it's been so nice having you. See you later. Get out there.
I think I'm just gonna like skip to the meat.
Get to the meat.
Yeah.
Do it.
Yeah, and we're just gonna talk more about
And we'll all have a collective sigh.
I don't know if you guys have noticed.
Can I say something?
We haven't done a butt rock at all this episode.
I was
because we've all just
thinking
been
that.
thinking about this man.
Bjorn is the new butt rock.
He is the new butt rock. He is.
He might be the new butt rock.
Bjorn rock.
Bjorn rock.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Rob,
Why
were
is he
you
smaller
Yes,
than
Rob,
me?
what were you going to say?
did you have a comment?
In this picture?
I know everyone saw the photo and they were just like, you know, as people just reacted. And I saw it and I was like, I don't get it.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know why, but
You need to just go into his pictures and go through.
Hey, look, I commented this earlier. I went hunting for a steamy Bjorn photo to put in the thumbnail for this video, especially for you, Amis. I've seen lots of his photos. He's not ugly, but I don't get the
Someone put this like scratchy picture of him in some server, and I don't know who it was. And it
Clearly,
was
you
so
haven't heard his voice.
wonderful.
Rob.
I have. I
Have you
played it
heard
yesterday. I
him
played
singing in
singing, and
German?
I played his podcast on my stream yesterday.
Well, the eyebrows.
That's got great
just-
tones.
Well,
Talk about the eyebrows.
it's good to have your sexuality confirmed, Rob, but like seriously, you just don't understand. This
Okay.
man
Altex
is
Alex wants to know what his voice sounds like.
stunning. It sounds like being wrapped up in a blanket of chocolate with it drizzling down between your breasts. And it's so warm and gooey, and it like just spreads from your insides all over your entire torso, and you just feel like you could lick yourself in happiness for the rest of your life. Like that's what his voice sounds like.
That was very descriptive. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
I mean, would you like to hear what his voice sounds like?
Yes, I think they do. They do.
Oh.
They do.
Can we watch the training video?
I mean, if someone wants to send me the training video, I can
Yeah,
play the
where
I
training
put it
video.
in the chat.
But I mean,
Oh.
if you want to hear the guy sing, I could show you
Which
that.
chat?
OG3FT.
Oh, that chat.
Do you
Oh,
wanna-
secret chat.
I'll find that. You play his
It's-
musical interludes while I try to compose myself. Okay.
Me, it's the cat chat, basically. All right, here's him singing.
Kinder auf der Erde laut erklingt und das Leuchten ihrer Augen allen Menschen die Freude bringt.
There you go. Before we get killed in copyright.
Yep.
Okay.
In the chocolate volties. God. And Mel, you have the video, or do you want me to grab it?
I have it. Sure. Yeah. I'm
Alright.
sorry.
Share it with all of us, please.
Chocolate.
She's
You're
still in
watching
the
it
chocolate
first?
world.
I was actually trying. Is it? How long is this? Oh, it's only like 2 minutes.
So, do we think we have an answer to this question? Who
What?
taught him to sing a Mies or Leanne?
See, the
Yes.
thing is,
Yes.
kind of cool. It's not a competition with Sister Wives.
That's right.
Porque no los dos.
Yes,
Exactly.
they did. Okay, so this is.
I
is
know.
This makes me laugh a little bit. Look at how young he is.
What?
Wait till we get to the other costume.
What the hell are we
Just
watching?
wait. Just wait.
Okay.
Yeah, right there.
Right.
Mhm.
All right.
No shorts.
Wait.
Oh.
What
Okay.
is he wearing?
It's a weird
That's a loincloth.
thing. Yeah, it is definitely
That
a.
is a loincloth.
Okay, the diaper
Strange.
doesn't do it for me, but
No,
everything else.
No, I'm not impressed.
The light blind fool says he dances the logs.
Yes, please recreate it.
Yes,
Oh,
Please,
Kev, yes.
Kevin, I count on you.
Kev,
Please.
you and I'll help you like film this in Jordan film. We'll get other people to help us with the bad guys. Riot shields.
I didn't know
More.
ancient Greece or whatever had, or ancient Roman times had SWAT teams.
What is this?
Too much. I can't handle it.
This is the riot cop turning up. What's with that?
That's what.
He's not even fought the guy yet.
Okay.
He really works well with the net, though. I don't know. Go, brother, explain this to us, please. This German show.
I didn't know you could fight off riot cops with rope nets.
Who needs armor? Or pants?
Wow.
I mean, I fight shirtless all the time.
Was
Yeah,
that
Mel-
Wear no clothes when they're
Yeah, Mel can fight
Warriors.
naked. It's fine.
yeah.
okay?
Is there like a trident?
Yeah.
That's it.
I thought he was roasting
And there you have it.
her. Okay.
I don't know how to feel about that.
Kev's comment is brilliant. This is so funny considering I just heard people swooning over this video all day.
Swooning
And
over
then
that?
this is the video. Now,
That is
yeah,
not at all what I was expecting. Yeah.
Can we go back
No.
to my comment before now, please? You know.
At least still handsome. On that video,
He's
I'm not
still
swooning
handsome.
over.
Like a man who can still be handsome while wearing a diaper.
Yeah, I
is
was just
pretty
gonna
good.
say the diaper.
A man can still be handsome while wearing a diaper. That is
Yeah.
the quote of the evening.
I mean, he has to be exceedingly handsome, is the point. Like, I feel like we need to figure out a good screen grab from that to be our new butt rock. I think we can find it.
And now we also just need to get a soundbite of Bjorn saying butt rock. Ooh.
Find one in German.
Oh my god.
How can we make that happen?
I'm sure we could figure it out.
I mean, apparently he and Rob are now BFFs. So
Oh,
Ego
go-
brother.
that's what
is German.
Yes.
when he follows you on Instagram, that's what that means, right?
I mean, it's a long list of people in the who feel that way about me. So what can you
All
do?
right.
When your cousin is Melindhra, and you are now no longer what you were the original only Malkieri in existence. Like it's.
Let's talk about Melindhra, shall we? This is the most interesting cast announcement today. Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, Threefold Talk now has 2 Wetlanders.
Can I just say that I laughed for a good 5-10 minutes? Not because I think it's dumb or anything, but just because of Threefold Talk. That's really the only reason. I was just what is happening? It's almost like something we would have done to punk you, Mel. Be like, yeah, I think Mel's gonna be a Malkieri Wetlander. What?
So I didn't see the notes. I just saw the post. And then I was like, wait, where's this Malkieri stuff coming from? And was completely shocked by that. So I'm concerned and confused a little bit.
I'm very confused also.
I only because not because of the Malkieri thing, but just we have Aiel and the best.
The show must have seen that, and they were just.
I'm
convinced.
thinking so.
No,
because
that
why
was
else?
literally when they were filming in South Africa.
We
They changed the
manifested
script.
this. Yeah,
They just
it was
changed
Why
it.
they have
Yeah. Or,
script supervisors
brilliant.
on set. It's okay, we need to make a change.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so why would we take a similar storyline from Tigray and Aiel and
I mean,
sort of do the same thing? Oh, she was,
God.
I mean, it's not the same thing, but it's similar enough.
Wait,
Why do we need that storyline?
but in the show, no one knows.
No one
that
knows
story.
that. No, they don't.
And it is a very Wheel of Time show thing to do, to set up something like that with a different character for something that's majorly impactful for a bigger character, a la, the warder dying, Corinne's warder dying.
Sure.
Mhm.
So it's very similar to that, right? If they set it up as a also and for that. But I have to admit, I'm having an identity crisis. I don't know what to do. But also, can we just talk about how this woman,
I know.
she, okay, so this is Synnøve Makodi Lund, and she is the exact opposite of me. She's enormous and regal and so composed, in everything that I've seen her in. She's just got this air of regalness to her, which is fascinating. So there were some theories people were spinning out there that maybe she's Lan's cousin, maybe she's another royal Malkieri relative or something. I don't even know, but this is not a small time actor they put into this part. She's very established, and if there was anything I wanted for the character of Melindhra is for her to get fleshed out, and by God, they're fleshing her out. They gave her 10 whole words of description, which is so many more than you found in the archives, Pinich.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's more than RJ wrote.
Yeah, because
Well, I know. Mel's companion piece is this big. In the companion. Tiny.
It's but in RJ's notes, it's literally like a maiden.
A
Isn't that what it
maiden.
was? A
A
maiden.
maiden. Not
maiden.
even
Yeah.
a maiden of the spear, just
Not
a
even-
maiden.
Wow.
Just a maiden. That's all he wrote.
Literally.
And they, in a press release, gave her a longer backstory.
Yeah,
I mean, there's so many possibilities.
it is just this.
Yeah,
being
exactly.
The
It's just that
companion.
and the
That's it.
companion. Yeah.
Just that.
Mm.
Between my fingers. That's it.
I mean, she could be someone that, like you said, like that runs away or is a baby and gets, I don't know, does it say how old she is? When she gets to, the Aiel take her in, isn't that all
It
they
doesn't.
say?
It doesn't say
Yeah.
any of that. But it's the actress is 42, so she's of an age with Daniel Henney.
Yeah, so she would have been young.
Yeah.
And-
So yeah,
and
she
she's-
could have just be a meandering orphan.
Yeah. Or here's a crazy, even more like deep in the Threefold Talk lore, insane theory. So like, Leigh-A did a one-shot D&D campaign with us, like
Which I traumatized
a
Bane and
long
Janet.
time ago. I traumatized Bane and Janet and Rob,
They will never play D&D again.
but like we came up with this backstory for.
I don't think we said never.
We
I
came
think
up
it
with
was
this
more like-
backstory for Melindhra, where she was like caught in the town in the blight, and like that's how she ended up becoming a dark friend, because she kind of like didn't have a choice.
Mm-hmm.
And so like this idea that a Malkieri person ends up in the Threefold Land, like you would kind of have to go through the town in order to get over to the Threefold Land. And that like connection with the Red Veiled Aiel, like that could be a way that she could end up, the whole like Isam, Luke, Slay Lindra theory could like come into effect. Like she could end up in the town, and then this whole thing could happen.
I saw a lot of this.
And it all came from our
Leigh-A.
D&D one shot.
That
I
would
saw
be
a lot of
amazing.
this like Slayer discussion thing yesterday.
Leigh-Lindra.
Yeah, Luke. Is
But
she Luke?
I mean, Dennis just said this. Maybe she'll help us get more Lan backstory, and then she'll try and backstab Lan and break her hearts when he has to kill her instead.
Ooh.
Yeah.
This whole map change in the show is making things difficult.
Yeah.
I don't know if I like the idea of. I mean, I don't know.
If she's not with Matt, I
Yeah.
will riot. I will riot.
Well, and I wonder, because in New Spring, the lands, oh gosh, I can't remember the name, but basically like the first person they sleep with, like it's a
Carnero
special,
or
Carnero.
yeah, something like
Carnero.
that. They have a special relationship, so I wonder if it's, but then that woman tries to get Lan to marry her daughter, which was so weird. But
Yeah.
and like neither of them were into
maybe
it.
it's her daughter.
Yeah. So maybe it's
On
something
the-
like that.
On the show, they've mentioned that, like when Varen is asking Warren
Yeah.
and Lan how they met, they've said it.
Yep.
Oh.
Oh,
Yeah,
I don't
could you-
remember
could you
that.
deal
I
with-
don't like that at all. I don't like that
No.
one bit.
Yeah.
I
Yeah, it's very cringy, but
Yeah, like if Melindhra turns up and Lan's just like, do I know you from some formative moment that was also a weird social construct? And she's like,
Yeah.
nah, bruv. You're not worth remembering. Like, I don't know. Yeah, that was weird that they still put that in.
Mel, you look so sad.
just like the idea of
At least you're one of the best Wetlanders. I mean, they could have made you a Kyrianan refugee.
No, I guess I'm not so mad. I'm not so upset about. I'm okay. Granted, I'm not upset at all. Like Melindhra is in the Wheel of Time. Like, let's put that out there. Like, I'm not upset about
pretty
that at all.
awesome.
That's amazing. And I'm not upset that she's a Wetlander, even though that's confusing and wild. But I mean, if you're gonna make, if you've decided to make the Shido like a boogeyman clan, it makes sense to not have a sympathetic Shido right off the bat, right? So having her not be Shido, I mean, it was very, very tangential to Melindra's identity anyway, because she basically rejects them as a clan and stays with the maidens and doesn't go with the Shido.
Well, there were several Shido maidens that did that.
Sure, yeah. Absolutely. And I've always thought that Melindhra also like was a feminist Shido and believed that women should be able to be clan chiefs, but not in the way that Savannah was. And she was so frustrated with Shido for like messing up the interpretation of clan chiefs in order to like put Savannah in control when she would have been, Melindhra would have been like 1,000 times better as a clan chief. Anyway, I'm not upset about her being an adopted in Wetlander, even though gross. Sticky. It's more like the thing that would really make me riot is if she's not part of Matt's storyline. That to me, I think, is the deal breaker, because I think she's so integral to Matt's transformation.
I'm a little worried about it myself.
Yeah.
It's just weird because we so much associate her with Matt and the Shido. And the maidens.
Yeah.
Like it's just very definitive. So to completely, I mean, basically she's just a tall woman at this point, and like that's the only associations that she has.
Yeah, I mean they've taken her, so she's not like from birth Aiel. She's not in the same clan as in the books. You know, they've gone to the effort of making her Malkieri rather than just like a random Wetlander. You know, like everything that we know about her in the books is different so far.
Yeah.
Why go to the effort of creating a character like Melindhra, using her name, and then not making anything about her in the show match the books?
Yeah. I mean, it's got to have something to do with Malkieri, otherwise they wouldn't have mentioned it. So
yeah,
it's got to hinder on that.
But I'm just saying, like, why, you know, to not have anything at all match the books, like we're worried about her not being connected to Matt. Like that's the last thing now, I suppose, isn't it? Aside from her being a dark friend. I
mean, let's be honest. The only person in probably the entire world who has done a deep read on Melindhra is me, right? So if you're a writer on the Wheel of Time show and you know need a connection for Lan in the Threefold Land, and you pick out this other character that has some vague like love or betrayal storyline thing that you don't really look too deeply at, I mean, I guess it's plausible, but I hate it. You know, I hate it. But I have to say, like, the thing that over the last 2 days has made me like the most utterly delighted is that the whole fandom is theorizing about Melindhra the way that I have for like the last 5 years. Like,
absolutely.
I mean, that has been like nothing short of utterly delightful. I've just been like sitting and just like, I literally am getting on BlueSky and just like typing in the word Melindhra and just like looking at everybody's comments like with like a big cheese grin on my face, you know? I mean, I love that. Like, she finally is getting any kind of theorizing around her, like that she didn't get when, you know, as a character, because she's immediately overshadowed by what happens in like literally the next chapter, you know, all this stuff with the doorway and everything. So it's just like, oh shit, that was crazy. That's interesting. I wonder what's up with this character. Never mind, we're distracted, you know?
Yeah.
So from that perspective, like, I feel like this is just like a great big gift to me specifically. So thank you, Ray. I appreciate the present. It's really been fun.
It is. It is like
It
this
is
week
fun.
was catered for you and this show, so it's kind of
Yeah.
kind of awesome.
Yeah, and I'm sure that that's just all in my head and all of that stuff, but I'm enjoying reveling in the moment of someone I find a character I find really interesting, who's very mysterious, that I've been able to play with for so long. Getting any sort of getting a focus at all, remember I was just like, I don't care if she's just like some background Aiel dragging Matt into a tent, that's all I want, and now
Yeah.
she has this whole thing and nobody knows what's gonna happen.
Well, and what's cool is that maybe this, whatever the storyline they're doing, maybe it extends her role in the story versus kind of being in and out like in the books. She's very impactful in the books for such a short moment.
Yeah.
Yeah, she really starts guiding that.
So maybe they don't meet in this season, because I'm not sure if Matt's going to make it to the waves. I'm just going to say it. I'm sorry, the threefold man. And I'm talking about Malkieri Melindhra. I'm getting confused. But maybe they meet next season or at the end of the season or something, and her story still gets pushed forward.
Do you know what?
Who knows?
I would actually like it if she didn't hook up with Matt this season, didn't meet Matt this season, because you know what that means? She'll have been in 2 seasons, and
Right.
she's
That's what I'm
not
saying.
she's not being put in for Matt. She's being put in to expand
Right.
story, and thus we get more time with her. So,
Yeah, agreed.
Mm.
That's
Okay.
what I'm
That's
saying.
a good way to look at it.
You feel me. Feel me.
mhm.
That's nice. I like that.
Yeah.
Well, and Mayhem brings up a good point that I'm kind of concerned with, because the fact that Tigraine had been adopted into the Maidens was so unique and special in the books. So if the Aiel are adopting more Wetlanders, it just kind of, in my mind, makes the whole Tigraine thing, the Tigraine Shael, just a little less special. Well, and then I wonder if Tigraine, Shael Tigraine is going to be Andoran at all. Are they just going to eliminate that part, that prophecy, that whole thing?
I don't think so, because they're introducing all the other Andorans this season. It makes sense.
Well,
It
they're also
together with
big
them.
parts. I feel like you could, without the prophecy, it really more or less affects Elida and why Elida was with the Andorans.
Right.
But to not have Tigraine Shael being a previous Andoran queen, I don't know that that's really necessary. So maybe Shael is just an Aiel, and she's not Tigraine.
Maybe.
But I thought they already talked about that when they talked about the baby and in a couple times in the show. But there was some prophecy spoken briefly about Tigraine.
What I don't remember if the prophecy talked, because what's her face just said he's born now and on the, but
Yeah.
did they talk about being from?
I feel like it was mentioned, or maybe when Min has a vision
remember.
from season 1, or I can't remember. I thought it was kind of mentioned. But
Man,
maybe
now I need to go rewatch, because now I've got questions.
Maybe I have an idea now. Maybe there is some kind of training exchange program that happens between the Aiel and Malkier. And she goes as a kid to learn, or something of that nature, and then when Malkier falls, she runs off because she's an orphan and has the, well, I don't know anyone else, so I'll run off to the, to the Aiel because I know them. I don't know.
Yeah, so Kev brings up a good point that taking a child refugee is not equivalent to taking a random woman, and also X-Ray does name her as Tigraine, so she is Shael Tigraine.
Yeah.
So thank you for that info, Kev. Much appreciated.
I mean, if they've so robbed, then they already train her up on spears, so that's a good sign. She doesn't have to use her sword anymore.
There's so many ways that this could go.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very weird.
which is interesting. I mean,
I just don't want her to be made up for Lan. Like we don't need like I'm a little bit just a wee bit frustrated that we keep making up these plot lines for characters that have had a lot of screen time, and we're not like focusing on some of the main characters that have great storylines that are not being used.
Mm-hmm.
So like I don't need a new Lan storyline. We can Lan can just be over here like he is in the books. I'm okay with that for now. You know,
Kev's asking, is this what it felt like between book releases? Yeah, a little bit actually. Not that you know, I got away with it the first 7-8 books, but yeah, that is you know. All right, sorry, excuse me. Who let him in the chat? Seriously?
Ooh,
I disagree wholeheartedly that is the best way it could go, but it is one way it could go.
Kevin, time out someone in the chat, please. There's a timeout needed.
No, don't take that privilege. All thoughts are welcome. All opinions are welcome here.
True.
We don't kink shame here. Yeah, no, Melindhra needs to be her own character. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm very
She
excited.
needs
that
to be another mask of Lanfear.
No more Lanfear.
No,
and that wouldn't make sense if she had a whole backstory as being a foundling. That Selena hadn't been released for that long. Everybody is
Kevin.
He did time for 10
timed out.
seconds. 10 seconds.
Oh wait, did he actually? Oh, Kevin,
he timed him out.
Oh, for 10 seconds.
Oh, just for 10 seconds? Oh, okay. Right. That's fine. If that was a follow-up, that's fun, yeah.
I do say so. A lot of people, and I think I've said this before, but I'll say it again. A lot of people think that Samael gave the dagger to Melindhra, and Melindhra used it on Matt at Samael's order. But I think it was all Lanfear. I think Lanfear orchestrated the whole thing. So I think the dagger came straight from Lanfear to Mel to like try and get Rand to go after Samael, and Samael was like adjacently part of it, but not. But so I think to your point, Dusty Wheel, I think Lanfear and Melindhra are tied together, and I think Lanfear is actually like Melindra's like chosen handler. I don't actually think it's Samael. I think it's Lanfear.
I wondered what you thought about that, because I thought I remembered you saying like Lanfear was your master, basically.
For sure. There's a moment in one of their chosen meetups in Teleran Riyadh where basically the scheming was really like it was Lanfear's scheming, and everyone was just kind of like, you're gonna do what you do. I can't remember the exact phrase, but that's what gave me the hint that it's like it's really, this is her plan, and everybody else is
and I think it was her, Ravine, Grendel, Lanfear, but they were definitely trying to point Rand to Samael as a trap. So he would go to Ilion, but then Rand just goes, "Fuck you! I do what I want to do."
He does tend to do that.
Yeah. So I do think that Lanfear is involved in whatever happens with the Dark Friend side of Melindhra. Lanfear will have a very heavy hand in whatever it is, for sure, because she was Kylie,
yeah,
in the wagons.
Yeah.
So I think they'll still have her as part of whatever happens in the Threefold Land, for sure. She'll still be there.
Yeah, I think honestly they're not going to have a lot of known Forsaken besides who we know already. Maybe we'll get one more that we know of, in the show. So I think they'll just give any of that chosen handling, as you mentioned, which is hilarious. Who would my Forsaken handler be? But I think
You know what I
they've
want
got
now?
two
Sorry.
already. No, go ahead.
You know what I want now? You know how Fares and Natasha have that really adorable bed scene where they're so close, like pillow talk. Now I want that with Melindhra and Lanfear. Like they're just pillow talking to each other in a very sexy way. Right?
I mean, I'd be happy with that.
Yes, I love that. Let's show people the inside of those tents in the best way possible. That would be good. That would be good. Maybe they could have a sweat tent together.
Yeah, you never know.
Yeah.
Yep.
That'd be fun. Do you think we're getting sweat tents?
Hell yeah, we're getting sweat tents.
Yeah.
Which it makes sense.
It's a total missed opportunity.
Yeah.
I mean, it makes sense from a practical purpose. So maybe not like the naked sweat tents, because I know Rafe and some of the other showrunners have been like, we're not doing all the nudity.
Like, steam sauna room in the White Tower, though.
Yeah.
True. Yeah, because it's a practical way of cleaning yourself. Like you sweat it off, and it's historically accurate.
Yeah, but it's also a good like exposition time too.
Yeah,
it is. Yeah.
True.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And it was used as an exposition time in the books as well, so it's like another keeping true to the books moment.
Do you want the Trolloc raid after coitus / massage time?
So naked Melindhra, yes.
Naked Trolloc raid.
I mean, it feels like this might be a stupid question,
didn't
but
have reference.
Poll in chat.
I mean, yes, I want it, but
Do you want this?
we got that with Massima in season 2, didn't we? Like, naked dressing fighting moment.
That is true.
I mean, a topless one, yes, we did get that.
That's
true.
true. That's true, but not with
he did turn a lot of
Trollocs.
heads with those,
And not with
those
drag
arms.
car.
Yeah.
Because that one was a drag car, a heavy drag car scene.
Yeah.
Just to help out, that poll is now in
And
chat.
it doesn't necessarily need to be Melindhra. I just think it's a funny scene. But that again is if Matt is in the Threefold Land at all.
I honestly think like the whole Kyrian and stuff, that's all gonna go, if it is even in Kyrian, it'll go into season 4. So I think there's opportunities in season 4 for some of these things in the Shadow Rising that aren't as pivotal for this season to happen next season. So you could get that as they storm over the mountain and decide to, where Matt might actually, fight Couladin quickly. And, things like that. I don't think we're going to get into that whole thing in this season. So there's plenty of opportunity for a Mal Matt meet cute and a naked Mal fighting Trollocs and a Couladin getting his head chopped off. Like, I think all of that can happen season 4.
Yeah.
As much as I don't
What does
wanna
that
wait for
do to
it.
the timeline if the Moraine Lanfear final confrontation happens before that?
Before Kyrian?
Before all Couladin conflict,
I think
before
it's
any
just a
of
Lanfear
Matt.
Moraine conflict
Yeah.
at this point, and Rand conflict. It's not a.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think it's tied to Kyrian at all.
I guess I'm not really concerned about it being tied to Kyrian. It's more about the evolution of so in the books, Mel encourages Matt to stand on his own 2 feet. He tries to leave. He starts the band. He kills Couladin, that whole thing.
Yeah.
And then he gets the confidence that he could go out on his own because now he's got this posse of people who are like, you're kind of awesome. Let's roll. So all of that happening after, if he's not in the Threefold Land, which we don't think he is, but we do know that Donal went and filmed in South Africa. We do know that.
There is
Because Donal had to go to South Africa and film and come back and do his show. We do know he was there.
It's literally He actually said that's why I wasn't here. I was filming in South Africa. That he told the people that went the first week he was actually back doing the show.
Right. But there's question marks about whether the filming location was Tenchiko or the Threefold Land? Is that what?
I
it
mean,
is?
I've heard the theory that he finds a doorway in Tenchiko, and he comes out in the waste
In the what?
in the Threefold Land.
Oh, interesting.
Interesting.
Yeah, I thought about that too. Like he doesn't travel with them, I don't think. He may get there somehow, but it's not with Moraine and Rand. It's
There's
some
so
other
much
way.
to cover.
I know.
There's so much for them to do.
What do we think? Are we done with talking about Mel? Do we want to talk about the other couple people that were cast
Sure. Yeah, we can talk about
before it gets too late?
Yes.
I think
Okay.
since we're done with the maiden talk, I'm gonna hop off because
Aww.
I'm at my limit.
Thank you for coming. It's been
Thanks
so
for
good to
joining
see
us.
you.
It was good to see you all. I love you.
Yeah. Love you too. Have a good night. Get some rest.
Bye,
Thanks
everybody.
for joining me.
Come back again.
I miss her.
Just as literally Grace said that, it was like, oh, I think it might be time to go. My whole computer froze. And then like kind of like
it
semi-refreshed.
didn't
So
want
I
her to go.
my computer was just like, nope, stopping, freezing, not moving on. You know, like.
So really quick, Winter's Lady asked a question. So Winter's Lady, when he was doing Hades Town, he left for like, it was like 2 weeks or something, didn't he? And then he came back. And
So
finished.
I
Was it 2
went
weeks? I can't remember.
during previews. So previews are like the show was like it's on. You can buy tickets to go to it, but it's almost like it's like a practice week, or
Like a
two or
dress
something like that.
rehearsal.
It's
Yeah.
like a dress
final
rehearsal.
dress. Yeah.
And then you have like the press night, and it's like now we're like officially doing the show type thing. I went with Sulin and I think Elliot came with us as well. Elliot. So the three of us went, and it was like the Monday night, and then press night, opening night was the Wednesday night. Donal wasn't there, his understudy was doing it, and then a bunch of fans went like the following week type thing. And they got to meet him afterwards, and they were like, "Oh, our friends came last week, and you weren't here, so we're so glad you are here." And he's like, "Oh yeah, I was off filming for Wheel of Time in South Africa."
Oh, I thought it was later in his show run, though, like almost towards the end when he filmed.
No,
No,
In the
it's
very
pretty
beginning?
early on.
Okay.
yeah,
Pretty early on.
It's been so long.
It's been a long time.
yeah, that was like a year ago. So
Yeah, it was like February, right? Probably.
yeah, actually, yeah, it was like February. So
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Sorry, we digressed. Thank
Anyway.
you, Princess Lady, for that question.
Good question.
Who is this?
This is Salome Gunther's daughter.
you're doing so much better than I did yesterday when I was just like, I'm gonna say the first name, still get it wrong, and I'm gonna stop there before I butcher this
Yeah,
woman's
Gunnar's
name any
daughter.
further.
This is Melaine. This is
Melaine.
Melaine. Yeah.
Not how I pictured Melaine at all in my head, but I'm okay
Right?
with that.
How did you picture Melaine?
A little more curvy, a little bit of a more like, I don't know, not as thin of a woman, I guess. Not that that matters. Just more
I
like
also thought of her as being
like a
older.
older and like
Yeah,
like really beefed up because she was tough. I don't know.
Well,
Not
because she's
saying this woman
Aiel.
is-
Like Aiel are all
yeah, so
very
that's
in
probably
shape.
I
They're
probably
very
add muscle to all my Aiel fan casting in my
Yeah.
head, like
Yeah.
at least 3 inches around every body part.
Yeah.
Not
but
that
that's-
this girl
thus
can't kick
far,
ass.
The
but I'm
Aiel
sure
have
she
been
can.
tall and lanky, has been kind
Yeah.
of the casting for
Yeah.
them thus far. But yeah, so Melaine, do we think that Melaine is only this Melaine character is only Melaine, or do we think she's a mashup of?
I don't know. They change her, like, in the release, they switch, so they release Bair as well, right? And they switch
Mhm.
their
yeah.
one of channeling and not channeling, right?
Right,
So Melaine
Right.
now cannot channel, is that right?
right.
And, yeah. So she's just an amazing dreamwalker. Which
Yeah.
is nice.
Yeah,
But I
and
like-
I don't think channeling is really that important for the wise ones because
No, I'm glad
like,
she doesn't.
yeah, like and that's a distinct feature of the wise ones is you don't have to be a channeler
Yep.
wise one, and it's very much in contrast to the White Tower, where they all channel.
I just think it's interesting that they gave it to Bair, right? So like Bair can channel and is the oldest wise one still, but
yeah, it's like I don't know, it just there's almost yeah, hello. There is almost an argument you could be like, well, why would you like take it off one and give it to the other?
Well, I have theories on that too, but
okay. To me, there needs to be a reason for it. Otherwise, it's just like, you know, someone made a typo at some point and they were like, well, we'll just run with it, you know, because, you know.
I think if they're going to come to the Threefold Land, and, you know, it almost looked like in the teaser, it almost looked like they were coming to a convention when Rand and Melaine were like under a little tent and the two wise ones were sitting. You just see the back of their head. It looks like they're at like a convention table. They're like going to hand them their lanyard and like that.
My God, I am setting up that table for Malkieri Con.
So that's immediately what I thought. I was like, oh, they're at some sort of Aiel convention. But
I'm making a meme of that right now.
Okay, do it.
Well, you forget your tickets to Malkieri Con.
That's right. That's where you go, to the Aiel tent. Not the sweat tent, the convention. But I mean, I think if they meet, like, if our introduction for exposition's sake, you want to meet that non-Chandler Wise one and the Chandler Wise one, right? Because that's going to teach Rand and Egwene, she's still there, you know, about their laws, their society, and how they work and why they're different from the Aes Sedai. So it makes sense to definitely not have someone that can channel just as a wise one, but
I think Melaine also could be used as a like newer wise one for Avienda to like learn from, like someone who's just become a wise one. So enough newness to being a wise one that she could tell things to Avienda in confidence that maybe Avienda wouldn't be able to discern herself, like all in her head, like she does in the books. So she could be a stand-in for like an apprentice, but not really an apprentice, like a, you know.
Was it Melaine or Amis who was the maiden before? And it was Amis, okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I always get those confused. It's such a bad Aiel.
Can I break your heart, Amis, and say, like, what if they combo them? What if Melaine?
Yeah, that's already on my mind. So if you go to that, well, SWAT series put a little note in their article, not the article you got up earlier, the one I put in the little chat here on StreamYard. They have a little suggestion in there that it's possible. So I see multiple possibilities. One, we haven't met Amis yet. They haven't announced her, which would be my all-time dream because I'm not super happy that she wasn't announced. That makes me nervous. And two, she's not in the show at all, and we just go with, you know, Melaine and Bair, or that they combine. So if you scroll down, you'll see a little toggle because it's a spoiler. Right there.
The question of Amis.
So, you know, basically that they could be merging, you know, that's a name swap, that Bair could be Amis. Now, they do state that Bair is the oldest in their description. She's like 98, which is consistent with the books. Amis is only like 40-ish. She, you know, has the white hair, but is actually quite young. So that would be a change. And what we talked about earlier with Nicole saying my film husband or whatever. Like she to me does, I think she looks like what I picture Amis to be, but I don't feel like maybe her experience in acting, and this may not be true, but she doesn't have a ton of experience in acting, so I wouldn't think that she's got
quite a theater background.
Yeah, that's true. I didn't
quite a
check
significant
into her
theater
background, so it's possible.
Yeah.
But film background, not so much. I didn't look at her theater background. So I don't know. It's possible. It's possible Bair could be a blend, I will not like that very much. I'll be completely honest. I think if you're going to combine Bair and Amis, why would you give her Bair's name when we have a Bane? Like, that just seems like a bad choice. But
Yeah.
so, because that's confusing already for people who we have so many characters as an audience to remember, why would you keep that name? Doesn't make sense.
Yeah, it's interesting. But it's also
I
like
don't know.
up to interpretation of like who is saying it. We already know that Rafe says Moiraine. So maybe he has like a different way to pronounce
Bair.
Bair. I don't know. And maybe same thing, like maybe he always pronounced Amis Amy's and he didn't like that as a name.
Possible.
So he just like picked a different name that he liked better.
Yeah, I guess for me, kind of like you were saying about Melaine's character as someone for Avi, I mean, technically, Amis was a maiden, becomes a wise man. That is Avi's mentor.
Right.
You know, and she has a huge part in this story. So not knowing what Bair's actual background is, just from the little snippet that they gave us, I don't know if she was a maiden or not. They don't say that. So I don't know. I'm not sold that Nicole is possibly Amis. Maybe. Not sold on that. But maybe it's possible. I think she could be just Leon as well, which is great to have, because I think we need, like, my concern too is, like, are we going to get the sister wives, right? Like,
I really hope we get the sister wives.
Like, don't merge people and then we lose this culture that is unique to this whole culture that's different from other places in this world, right?
Well, and it's such a good, the sister wives, I feel like, is very important to Rand eventually accepting the love triangle. And we do have all three of them. So, and, you know, so and they've already put in Min's foresight about, you know, her relationship with Rand, and, you know, he had that 30 seconds where he thought he saw an angel with Elaine. I can't wait for Rand and Avienda to officially meet and her just to laugh at him.
Yeah.
But
so I don't know, I guess we'll have to see, right?
Kev makes a very good point, and it's something that I can't emphasize with. But he says it's a hard time to have your chosen character for your online identity to intersect with this point. Like, it's
not even that though. That's not even it at all. She's just like,
I mean, for me it is.
Not for me. Like, it's just she's a pivotal character in the story. Like, she's stays on till the end, you know.
Waiting for the sea folk Aiel top T. Oh my god! How would you feel if Amis were actually a Windfinder or something like that? Like what is the name?
Well, there's. I mean, we still have like 3 or 4 unknown women in this listing they gave us. Like we don't necessarily have everybody yet.
This is true. Yeah.
You know,
I guess if you're going to announce a slate of Aiel, you would announce Amis if she was there, unless
she's more.
I don't think. But we have 8 weeks left, right? So we've got
yeah.
You know, I don't know how many more casting announcements we're gonna get. To be honest, like maybe 1 or 2 more, maybe. Who knows? They didn't give us a lot of casting announcements before every season, so
this is true.
A lot of them were spoiled for us right at the end before the show started. I mean, we didn't even have. We didn't have official announcements every time.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
We spiral too. We spiral around weird things about names, and then they turn out to be Leandrin's long lost dying son.
You know? I meant son. Yeah.
Yeah. Grace is right. Oh, sorry, we both didn't put up. Yeah, they never announced Magidian.
No.
Yeah.
Because that was I also think that was because it was such a good surprise at the end of the season finale. So another good point here. You know, will we get Sulin? So
exactly.
There are a bunch of.
So maybe they're saving a Maiden's collection.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What,
We could
and
have
an
Mies and
X-Maiden.
Sulin and, you know.
Who knows?
it
Who
could
knows?
be-
You never know. I mean, I'll be
Yeah.
excited for any of it, but
Yeah,
I would
I
be
think
very
this,
sad if her character is not portrayed in the show. Well, even if they change her name, I don't care.
I think
But, like,
Susan Adarin, who we looked at earlier, I think she's got a lot of potential.
thank
to
you,
be
Payne and
a wise
Shiad. I
one.
hope so too.
That would be a fun little thing.
I think it would be cool
Yeah.
if she were a wise one. So we could.
Yeah, and for a second, I was trying to justify them combining characters by simplifying the plot lines, but they have so many Aes Sedai that they've introduced. Like, it just doesn't make sense to, like, there is no reason to simplify. Like, they all serve very different purposes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, like, having several of the, and there are so many other wise ones. Like, there's a whole entire group of them. So, but
Sure.
these are just like the ones that interact with Rand
think to
and
me-
the boys.
Combining Bair and Leigh-A maybe makes the most sense if you're going to combine wise ones.
Right.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So,
Not a Mies. So
Yeah,
I still
I agree.
believe. I still believe.
I still
I
believe.
believe.
She's
Yeah,
yet to come.
I'm-
She's yet
I'm
to come.
sure-
manifesting.
Not that I'm one for propagating his stuff, and also not to say he's a bad person either. But I'm pretty sure that I saw something somewhere where John said something about Amis being in the show. John from What Up. I'm sure I
That's
saw.
true. He
something.
did. No, you're right. He did. This in the same video where he said Melindhra and Amis. He said Melindhra and Amis in the same sentence.
Yeah.
Like that they're going to be in the show. So I don't think we should. I don't think we should give up hope. And
I'm not giving up hope.
I'm pegging Susan Adarin to be Amis. That's what I have to say.
All right.
I like
Nice.
Fair.
She's been in Foundation. She's been in a whole run of a whole show where she had a part for like the whole thing. Beowulf, Return of the Shieldlands. Yeah, I think she's got potential to, and it would be cool, to pair her up with Avienda as her like take no prisoners wise one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, because I imagine, Zol, I picked up on that as well. I think like when you become like a wise one apprentice, you're not just going to be randomly trained by whoever happens to be around moment to moment. You're going to have a mentor of some kind who is your main trainer, coach, whatever you want, or whatever you want to call it. You're gonna have a main one. The others are gonna help out, and like if you're like, okay, I've got to go deal with this, can you take over for a month while I go sort this shit out back at the hold or whatever? Like those things are gonna happen, but generally speaking, you'll have a main teacher. So yeah, Amis being Avienda's main teacher, I like that. I think that really works. So
Yeah.
Let's hope it happens.
And you could hold her back and announce her with more maidens, like Sulin.
Yeah.
like
Or she
Yeah.
just surprises us on the show. Like many cast members that we never knew about.
Yeah.
this is very, very true. So
I will
real.
hold my worry and judgment till the end of the season. So we'll see.
Okay. Keep it under wraps.
That's right.
Yes.
It is interesting who they're choosing to announce and who they aren't.
I was
announce.
just
I
wondering
agree.
that, like, how are they pairing people? The Camelin group made sense that all of that group got announced together, but then we get Aiel and a couple of the Aiel. I mean, just because they sound the same doesn't necessarily mean they need to
Aiel
be.
and the Tardad Aiel is how they
Yeah.
released it, which I thought was interesting.
So maybe because what is Avienda from the Tardad?
Yes, she's the same set as Rhuarc.
But not Bair
there's-
and not Melaine. They're different. One's a Hydo and one's a Goshen. I can't remember which.
Now they're all Tardad, but maybe like Sulin and Amis are going to be a different clan and then announced together.
I do feel like, I mean, I get it. Like people aren't going to
And
remember.
maybe
clan
they'll
names,
have
but-
another clan chief. They'll have
So
a clan chief of
Couladin,
the Goshi,
Savannah,
the
Couladin,
Goshi.
Savannah, Ursuline, and Amis announced in another.
Yeah, so Amis is of the
That'd be pretty
Tardad,
nice.
technically, according to the
Oh.
books.
Yeah, you knew that. Yeah.
So Melaine, if I can find her.
I mean, like, Amis and Rhuarc are like Javi's pseudo parents, basically, kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it would be a real shame to mess that up. It's like
Yeah.
the whole Avi, everything, like, and future storylines in this series.
Yeah.
Like that whole thing is very important. So
Yeah.
it worries me. That's all. So we'll
Yeah.
see. We'll see how it goes. And maybe Bair or Melaine, whoever, maybe they take it on and they do those same things and they do it great.
Melaine is Goshen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me see
With
what-
Bale.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
Bale.
Yeah.
Bale doesn't
yeah,
get
like a-
enough cred. I love Bale.
No.
I
I
love me
love
some
Bale
Bale.
too. Yes.
He's pretty awesome. Yeah, and we need more than one clan chief, right?
Yes.
Right. I mean, that's why I'm like, I get it. They're like combining everyone to the Tardad, but like, I want like, when you see in the teaser, and there's all those people in Cadamsor, right? Like, everyone's there, and you
There's
see hundreds.
8 chairs.
Yeah, there's hundreds of them. I want to see like them talking shit to each other and being like, "What up, brah?" You know, like however
Yeah.
they're gonna do that. Like,
Yeah.
why do we need to combine everybody into one? Like, there's going to be multiple clans there, so I don't.
Yeah.
I
Well,
guess I
we're
don't.
explicit
It's not a
about
huge
announcing
deal.
only the Tardad. It's also I don't know if you guys noticed, but the press releases thus far have not been quite so good at the level of detail.
No.
that
Like they've done like
following.
3.
So whether the clan associations for these particular Aiel are actually their clan associations
Who knows?
could still be a question mark. I
Because
don't know.
Rhuarc was
Well,
the
I-
wise one. If you
that
noticed
would've-
that in the description
Yeah.
when you clicked on his name, he was an Aiel wise one.
Yeah, and during the Camelin ones, didn't they mix up the
The
Galadin
Yeah.
Galad and Gawain
Gawain actors? So.
actors. Yeah. So I think there's room for error here, and but at the same time, there's also room for just mixing it up, and we'll see what they do, I guess.
Yeah, it's true. You never know. Maybe it's all subterfuge. We're just
Maybe.
Yeah. Also, yeah. Like maybe they're picking the ones to release by the ones that will make us the most crazy.
I was gonna say maybe they're doing it so that we
Feels
start a
very-
whole bunch of like conversation generation. So like
That
we're
feels
talking
very
about
Rafe. Also, to just like make us insane and sit back and laugh. So
So apparently Tardad is accurate. They confirmed it via Dragonmount. Like Dragonmount went and said, "Hey, is this accurate?"
good job, Dragonmount. Much G.
Good job. Good job.
So, do we have much more we want to talk about? It's getting pretty late. Obviously, we can.
Yeah.
It is, yeah.
Or we'll be able to talk
Put it
about
down.
more.
Did
of
we
these-
cover all of them? We covered all of them, didn't we?
Yeah, well, I mean, we didn't really talk about New
Bear much?
The new Bear, yeah.
New Kaka. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll leave
Coaster
that one.
Waldo. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So this is Bear. I didn't know that she was an actress.
I feel like I would be terrified of her. So.
She's definitely got
Really?
that. You've done,
Yeah.
like you have been naughty vibe. I am a.
I will murder you with my cheekbones.
Yeah,
the
yeah.
cheekbones, she would just crush you.
Yep.
Yeah. Be good.
You
That'll be good.
will regret crossing me. So,
Yeah.
like
And
I've
married
seen this a
to
couple times.
Jamie Lannister. So that's
Yeah.
kind of fun.
So I've seen this comment a few times. Is the cast that were in the teaser? That's what that's why we get this.
Possibly.
I possibly, but I don't remember seeing Bair's face, Melaine's face, Rhuarc's
We don't see their
face.
face. We see their heads
Like-
or their backs.
Yeah, we see the back
Yeah.
of their heads in the content.
I know, but it's just like if you were making a press release because these people were in the teaser trailer, you would point out that they were this person in the teaser trailer in the press
I think it
release.
also gives the actors the opportunity to actually reshare the teaser and generate
Yeah, true.
that with the because it's been released and they're in it, so they can reshare it. So it would make sense, like if we were generating from like fans of the performers, they could
Yeah.
reshare the teaser because they're in it now.
I mean, none of them have.
True, but they could.
True. Anyway,
Yeah. Interesting thought.
Man, I am sure that next week, whatever we get will be awesome. And I would like to just state for the record that I personally am still a bloody shadow.
I would like to state for the record, it is nice to no longer be the only Wetlander on this show.
God damn it.
It is nice that I can finally say that my awesome cousin here, who we've been keeping this, connection
gesturing
secret
in
for
the
a
wrong
very,
direction.
very, very long time now. I'm
It's-
not.
Mel is
Oh.
gonna stab you.
You're gesturing to the wrong side.
Oh, on my screen, I'm gesturing to the right side. Okay, so it's this way. Are you on that
Yeah.
way? Is that wow?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay, it's weird because it doesn't look that way to me. So weird. Okay. But yeah, it's nice to welcome to the Malkieri Mel.
Well, I've always thought of you like family, and I will still think of you like extended, very moist family from.
I
far
mean,
away.
we've been predicting this shit, so I don't know what's going like. So it's funny. There was the whole April Fool's post that I did about Elida, and then that's real. And then on the LAN KCI stream that that Kevin and I those streams that Kevin and I were putting together when we did the LAN one, you did this, Malkieri, and I was just like, what else have we been predicting and we didn't realize it's actually going to come true? Like, we need to go over some of our crazy theories.
Yeah, we should, because I feel like they're coming true all the time.
Yeah. We
Yeah.
need to be more careful when we say, like, Rafe, I know you're listening, so do this. Apparently they're doing it.
Well, it's fun to dream. It's fun to imagine. And I've just like, it's been delightful. Just like
Yes.
seeing everybody theorize and play.
It's great.
That's my favorite part about being in this fandom is everyone just riffing off each other. So
Yeah.
Yeah,
And I am, like you said, Mel, I may be concerned about Amise, but I'm very excited to not know what's happening. Like, it's so fun.
Mhm.
yeah.
It's so, I mean, yes, we want our book moments, but it's so much fun to not know.
For
Yeah.
sure. It is.
Aww.
Aw.
Yeah, and
Thank
speaking
you,
of
Peter.
riffing off each other and such, inspired by your comments earlier, folks, if you haven't gone and gotten your MalkieriCon ticket yet, just make sure you do, because otherwise you may end up being this person right here.
She's like, I thought you brought the cash. No, you were supposed to pack it.
Yep.
I actually have nightmares about forgetting my passport and like getting to the airport.
Yeah, every time.
So, like that meme is for it's not the
Doesn't that look
content.
like a content? It does.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, let's put it back up. It could absolutely be a content right there. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not a sweat tent, though it is rolled up on the front. So maybe later it's a sweat tent.
Maybe it's dual purpose, yeah.
Well, the sweat tents aren't the only types of tents that they have.
No, they have lots of tents.
Yeah. It's a particular type, but they do. Like, Rand goes into tents to talk to the clan chiefs.
Yeah.
We still have Donal knowing exactly who Melindhra was
Exactly.
many months ago. So
Yes.
Sneaky,
FYI.
sneaky.
There was no hesitation, There was no confusion.
He knew.
You know, he
He
knew.
didn't have to ask. He's like, no, say that name again?
Mhm.
Melindhra? Nope,
Yeah.
that didn't happen.
The only thing
Straight
that went
into
through his
happy birthday.
mind, you could see it written on his face. The only thing was like, does this break an NDA? No, yeah, okay, I can do that. Yeah. You can see it written on his face. Honestly, I'm not making that up for this moment. I'm genuinely that was what I was watching for when I asked him. I was like, let's see how he reacts, because if he's confused, he doesn't know. If he considers it, that means he has to consider it in the context of spoilers and NDAs and so on and so forth. So yeah, he knows. He meets Melindhra. It's gonna happen.
It's happening. On that note, let's see what happens next week.
Yeah, we'll be back next week, folks.
More and more stuff.
There'll be more stuff, I'm sure. I feel like What Wednesday is going to just be a thing like for the next weeks now. And I don't know. I want to test everyone else's temperature on this. I feel like we're only a week or two away from a full trailer. How does everyone else feel about that?
I mean, we're getting close. Like a month away is of appropriate time, and that is, we're close.
Yeah, we're real close, right? Wasn't it like 40 days, 45 days, something like that the last time? So we're real close.
Yeah, when it's 8 weeks out, so
we're
fingers
real
crossed.
close.
All right. Sorry I was late, folks. I was just hiding in plain sight. None of you could see me, and I decided to be quiet for the first 40 minutes because, you know, that's how I roll. But thank you to all these wonderful people for keeping the show going. And thank you to Bain and Shead for joining us. A rare dual sighting of Bain and Shead. And thank you everyone who's turned up in chat. Thank you for those that are watching later. Throw your theories into the comments below and let us know what you think about today, about Amis, about Couladin, about a trailer coming soon, you know, or just whatever crazy things you think we might have predicted without realizing it in our time here on this channel. So but yeah, until next week. Anything else before I sign off?
No.
Nope. All right, folks.
Love you all.
Love you all. Until next week, we always find love, water, and shade.
Bye.
Bye.